things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. As we'll see a team sitting in the top 5 of the conference standings, taking on another team from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And he takes this from inside the 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously, not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. Converts on 4th down, still going. And a little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it.
Listen, when you got a big sucker like that at quarterback, all he's got to do is lean forward, and he's going to get that 4th down. He just does a great job getting behind the offensive line, falling forward, and getting the big 4th down conversion.
The Wildcats have their offense in high gear. Trying to beat him to the left. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
And that right there is a huge reason why this team has a winning record coming into this game. Their defense takes the ball away. And here on the opening drive, you see the athleticism in the back end of the defense picking it off and putting it in great field position for their own.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
They'll try the run. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys to get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Trying play action. Fires left. Pulls it in. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Well, after getting that takeaway, this offense is needing some points, and that's a big completion there on third down. Good job reading the coverage. The offense is going to stay on the field. They want to keep this momentum going, and that last completion, that was big.
Quick pass on the fly motion. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. And the Longhorns trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. This is a designed run. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Hand off from the gun. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Oh, better look out. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Tries to get it on the ground. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Creates a little room. Powerful running as he trucks his way to the 28.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the right. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
The throw to the outside is complete. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Rutgers is currently working from behind. But how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Oregon. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Back to the ground with the running back. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it. And now it's just going to be a passing game.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Makes the grab at the 10. Touchdown, Longhorns! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contend this offense.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And here's the return. Fielded in the end zone. It's Gilmore. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Rushes on him. Got a man. It's Law. This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs.
Let's get a few yards on this play.
Wants to throw on first down. Gets it out quickly.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding, I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Back to pass on second down. They'll run the screen. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on third down. I know we're in the second quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive to happen here to build some momentum. Maybe they can...
He's taking the shot. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. At midfield, he's got room. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. And the Wildcats pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Wants to go up top on first down. Pulls it in. It's Brown. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Makes a connection. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Kentucky will boot it deep to get the second half underway. Yes, that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Motion from the wide receiver. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. And the offense will accept the penalty and move the ball forward. To the air, it's Manning. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. He's going to let it go. He holds it in, and nobody's close. 26.
That's a nice-looking catch on that play, and I know Texas is known for DBs, and they're known for having really good running backs. Not a lot of great receivers over the years. I'll tell you what, though, this guy has really showed up in this game. He's making plays, and I know they want to continue to build the leg.
Wide open spaces.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. Tosses to the quarterback. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Touchdown, Texas! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
That is such a nice job by the receiver there in that trick play, acting like he's going to block and then getting downfield. He was wide open, thinking to himself, just don't drop this, just don't drop this. All he had to do was catch it and run it into the end zone.
Well, and I think people underestimate the timing of a flea flicker, right? When you got to hand the football off, get the toss back, and the quarterback now be in sync with the receiver, and he catches it, you're right, and then gets into the end zone like he's supposed to for the big-time play.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. Trying to get the corner. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Might as well stick with him. Hits that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. And they've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the third quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country. And we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Under fire. unleashes one deep. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Rutgers is currently working from behind. But how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. They're trailing by just 4 to Oregon. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. Nice job by this guy finding the slot guy on the track.
Yeah, receiver just working his way across the field, giving his quarterback a nice, easy target. That's an easy completion.
Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Looking downfield on first down. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his second interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Finding an escape route. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Buys a little extra time. Fires to the big fella. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
So now it's second and long. Here comes the option. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
They'll try to get outside. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the crud out of them so bad, you start to put the backups in, and all them get to get juice and get to get some playing time, get some feel good. And the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he'll bring it back. Nice Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day.
That's the end of the third quarter. Texas 42, Kentucky 0.
So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. Setting up the screen. Oh, he's got some space. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Quarterback making checks. They'll try the outside to the left. Creates a little space. Picks up the first down. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big time pickup on that one.
And he finally breaks when they get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
And the Wildcats are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes. If you want to shut the up early, you don't want to give them belief because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. It's Owens. Looking deep. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. The Longhorns are way behind the sticks on this third and forever. Fourth quarter, huge lead. I'm not really sure why you need to take that kind of shot.
You don't. You definitely don't need to. You can run the clock. You can run the football. You can make sure that you're playing it safe and conservative, or you can just go for rub it in your face. Eat that. You know, I don't like the approach.
Great job by the defense. A big key coming into this one was third down defense. They're going up against one of the 25 best in the country in that time, making a nice tackle before the sticks to set up fourth.
They'll run for it. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
I know there's a lot of play callers that would try to throw the football there on 4th and 2, but they decided to run it, and that was a great call. First down.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
42 Spider. 4-2.
They'll try the right side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
He's got the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. His drive will open from the 15. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Under fire. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous party. A late touchdown.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
On to attempt the try. They want to throw. It's a fake, and the kicker's going to throw it.
The attempt and the 2-point conversion is
Undeterred by this huge deficit in the last half minute, they'll line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Right on target this time. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it And I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Pocket breaking down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play. And the Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air, it's Owens. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Right down the middle. Got his man downfield. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
Ready to try the point after. He'll set up. Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. He is stopped short, and the fake will not work as he almost nudged his way in. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
And it looks as if they're going to try field goal. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Hoping to cut into that lead, and they did not. The lead is huge. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them.